Hello, I'm Lora Shields, Staff Developer at Shelby County Schools in Shelbyville, Kentucky. Welcome to our vodcast, Shelby Speaks, Looking Forward. We chose that subtitle for two reasons. We are looking forward to the time when we can be face-to-face with our students again, and we are also looking forward in time to the educational future of our district. What are Shelby County teachers learning in the middle of this non-traditional instruction experience? And how will it transfer and transform their classrooms when they are once again inside schools? In this episode, we're here today with Danielle Wade, who teaches fifth grade at Painted Stone Elementary. Welcome to the podcast, Danielle.
Hi, Laura. Thank you for having me.
Love having you. So I know that you've been working for a while in your classroom on PBL units and really engaging students in different ways. So how has that changed once you've gone to this virtual setting with them?
Sure. My team and I love working with them. We jumped in head first this school year in PBLs. And by the second month of school, we were eyeballs deep in an economics PBL. And that really kind of set the tone for our school year this year, letting kids know that they've got some choice in what it is that they research and the projects they create, but also teaching them how they can work at their own pace and kind of giving them the tools that they need to work through that. Throughout the course of the year, we've completed several other PBLs. So when this extended NTI came, it made sense to do another one because our students were familiar with the format and we were already used to, as a team, talking through what that process was.
So what are some challenges that have come up since you've had to move it to, this online type of setting?
Sure. I think being in a classroom, our mini lessons can be geared towards the topic of the day or whatever part we are in our research, helping guide our kids through. We provide them with research packets because they are fifth graders and they need a little bit of guidance in working through at a self pace. And so being in a classroom with them, we can address that via small groups, small group discussion. We can catch them when they're in their composing time, and we kind of gear our mini lessons towards what is it that we want them to kind of focus their research on today. So doing this in an NTI setting, now we have to kind of think ahead. What could some obstacles be that they encounter, and try to record videos that they can watch during the day of each one of us just kind of talking through different research. And then obviously we're available via FaceTime, Zoom, emails, text messages, just however we can be available for them. So trying to foresee any questions they might have and walk them through that via video, but then also being available for them. One of the biggest challenges we've had, we just completed a PBL on westward expansion. And we were so excited because that's something that our natural progression in social studies was going to take us through. And we decided this time to also make it cross curricular. So it encompassed our reading, writing, social studies. We incorporated related arts with music and with art, and the kids absolutely loved it. We spent some time as a team preparing videos for them. We made a Padlet with countless resources, and they got a choice in which aspect they would research. But then the night before we kind of launched this, the technology department kind of redid some of the filters, and that's amazing. I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, so I appreciate those filters. But the morning that we launched our PBL, half of our links weren't working. So we definitely made our technology department earn their money that day because we were constantly emailing, hey, this link isn't working right now, and we thought it was last week. So just little kinks like that we didn't foresee. But by Tuesday, everything was working beautifully.
Nice. So is it the unforeseen NTI time that really pushed you to think more about incorporating the other disciplines?
I think seeing the students, how they've kind of taken ownership in this and how they have been able to incorporate so many different profiles of, we call it profiles of a panther at Painted Stone.
Okay.
It's neat to see them own this. And so to think forward on how can I incorporate blended learning into my classroom environment, it's definitely made me think more about their learning and less about me preparing for my teaching mini lesson, because they really are able to own their learning. And they've really impressed me. And one of the things that I've loved, I had never used Flipgrid before. And so to have students work really hard on a project and to write a research paper and create something to show their learning, I wanted to celebrate that with them. And Flipgrid was an amazing resource. And so things like Flipgrid, things like online check-ins with empowered quizzes, things that when they document their writing of their research in a Google document, I can leave almost instantaneous comments with them and kind of do that virtual check-in. So it has made me rethink some of the things that we were doing in the classroom, ways that we could be more efficient going forward.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like that you're really seeing that even though they're fifth graders, they can take a lot of that ownership and drive some of that learning, even though you're still providing some resources and access to different things.
Fifth graders are pretty tech savvy.
Yes. And they're, as you're finding out, they're fully, capable and engaged in learning something that is meaningful.
Absolutely.
So if you had to go back to Miss Wade in September when you were launching your first PBL unit with your team, what would you say to your pre-NTI self about what you've learned through this experience?
I think that creating a genuine PBL is a lot like planning a big event, planning a wedding, planning something massive like that. It's a whole lot of work leading up to it. There's a lot of preparation, a lot of team collaboration that has to go into it. But then once we arrive at the date to kind of pass off this baby to our students, just sit back and enjoy it and don't overthink it. Let it be fun for them. And the student choice is really key because that's where we get their buy-in. And so I definitely know that we will continue incorporating PBLs into our practice in our classroom.
I'm really excited to see what that looks like once you get back face to face with your students, because I know that you've all learned a lot through this experience. Thank you, Danielle, for sharing the professional learning that's naturally happening as you implement during this time.
Thank you for having me.
Be sure to check out our Shelby Speaks Looking Forward playlist on our Shelby County Public Schools YouTube channel for more vodcast episodes. Thanks for watching.